What's up, gang? BMI back with another investing video for you guys. It's the weekend. I hope you're all doing well, having a great weekend. It's Sunday, and just like football, we have to go over our strategy for the week. We've got to go over our plan. So that's exactly what we're doing. We are going over the market, and I've got some great stock picks for you guys. I'm super excited about it, and I've got quite a few picks. So I would appreciate any likes, thumbs up, subscribes, comments. You guys, let me know what you're trading if you don't like my picks. And do go back and watch the other videos, because those stocks are still good. Put them in your list, put them on your radar. That's why I make these videos. All right, I try to throw tickers out there, stocks that aren't really being talked about a whole lot and that are kind of under the radar, ones that I might not have talked about before. So that's another reason to go back and watch those videos. So before we get into the stock picks, you know, I got to tell you guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence. You guys, this is for entertainment purposes only. Be careful this week. Make sure you guys are setting your stop limits. All right, just be cautious. This week is probably going to be crazy with the government still being shut down and everything else going on. All right, like I said, I do have quite a few picks here for you guys. I've got 10 different stocks for y'all, and I bunched them up. I put them in bundles. I'm trying something new with this video here. Pretty much going to be doing 2 stocks at a time. I put them together because they're similar and they have some things that are in common. So super excited to get this out to you guys. 10 stock picks for y'all. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, so if you have been watching me, or if you're new and going back and watching some of the previous videos I've made, I'm still in Open Door, OPEN. I've been talking about them every single video, so I might as well continue that tradition. Open Door, I'm in there pretty heavy, got quite a few shares, and we are waiting for the pop on Open. But let's get into these other stock picks that I have for you guys. All right, the very first one is BYND, BYND, and we have talked about this one before, but I feel like the hype is real with this one. More and more people are talking about it, and I have seen a lot of people talk about it this weekend. I think that people have gotten burned on it. They're probably going to try to be getting back into this one. I think it could be going back to $1 here soon. I mean, it has to, right? Or it'll get delisted. BYND is at 72 cents as of market close, and I think it's going to be going higher. It's the most shorted stock in the market right now. If not, it's right up there with the most shorted stock, around 80% shorted. So watch out for BYND. It's down still 75% over the past month. All right, #1 shorted stock in the market, and I think it's going to get a pop here, not only with all the hype that's around it. They're not going to be they are going to be selling some shares, so watch out for that, but it's not going to be happening for like a few weeks or so, all right, if not a month. And the earnings are going to be coming before they sell some shares, I believe. All right, don't hold me to it, but the earnings are going to be on 11/4. So watch out for this one. Beyond Meat, it's up there, top of the list. Watch out for Beyond Meat. The next one is ticker symbol HTZ. I've talked about this one as well. Like I said, I try to bundle these together. We talked about both of these stocks and HTZ. I'm still a believer in this one. And it's gotten a little bit cheaper here, $5.25. Heavily shorted. If not the #1 shorted stock, it's #2, all right? Beyond Meat and Hertz are heavily shorted, and I think the shorts are going to get burned on these. It's down 20%, not as, you know, drastic, but it could drop some more. All right, but I think Hertz, legacy name, something that you could almost hold this long term. I think things are going to get better. Rates, we know, are going to get better, right? So they're gonna drop. And I think car companies, banks, stuff like that is under a lot of pressure right now. But as soon as the rates get better, then these names, these sectors are going to be popping on and popping. And then this earnings is the same day. So it's funny how these worked out, because they're at the top of my list and they have earnings on the same day. 11/4. I think it's going to be a catalyst for Hertz. I really do. I think people are excited about the earnings, and I hope that they're good, but there's a chance that they're not going to be good. Either way, I think it's going to get bought up into the earnings. All right, so I think we got some hype here around Hertz, and it could be headed up. It's, you know, it's been beaten up so bad. I think it's got some upside here. It's got to bounce soon. All right, watch out for BYND and Hertz. Next, I want to talk about, sorry for the background noise, helicopter in the background, 2 other stocks, all right? And these are in the critical metals sector, all right? And if you've been in the market, you know the critical metals right now are all the rage. They've been popping. The government is investing in the critical metals because there's a battle between the US and China when it comes to this sector. All right, so 2 of the names that I want to throw at you guys is LAC and TMQ. All right, those 2 names. First off, LAC, basically at $7, it's down 17% this week, but it's up 115% this year. All right, watch out for this one. I think it's gonna pop here soon, but it could come down some, so put it on your radar if you're not already watching these critical metals. Like I said, the government has already taken a 10% stake in LAC, and it could be increasing that position because they've also bought warrants. So watch out for LAC. TMQ right around the same price, down 5% this week, but this one is up almost 1,000%. That's right, a thou-wow over the past year. Watch out for TMQ and LAC. I think these are in that sector with the critical metals. There's a lot of other names too that are probably going to pop, that are doing well, that the government's investing in. But these 2 here, I've been trading myself, and they're more on the cheaper side. Some of those critical metals are very expensive. On to the next 2 stocks that I have bundled up for you guys. That is DNUT, ticker symbol DNUT. Probably heard about this one. These 2 are kind of like meme stocks here. DNUT and FOSL, FOSL. These 2 kind of meme stocks here. I love these names though. I am a buyer of these names in real life, right? These companies. DNUT Krispy Kreme is $3.25 basically. I'd love to grab some of this if it dips back down under $3, but it could be going higher, back to $4. Here it's down around around 1%. All right, not much here. If the volume increases on DNUT, watch out. I think this is one of those names people kind of forgot about because it's down still 72% this year. It's got good news though. They just opened up 50 plus stores, Krispy Kreme stores in Spain, and they've never been over there. So this is new for them, and I think it could be huge for their earnings coming up, which is on the 6th. All right, so 11/6 donut earnings, and then FOSL has earnings on the same date. 11/6 FOSL has earnings. FOSL's at $2.37. All right, so these stocks are kind of around the same price here. FOSL's cheaper though, down 4% this week, but it's doing a lot better. It's up 100% this year. All right, it was the reason why I like this one, FOSL. I think it's a bargain here at $2 and less than $2.40, $2.50. Also, that $2.50 is a psychological level, $3 is a psychological level, and I think FOSL can get back there because it was up 70%, unbelievable, on October, back on October 15th. So same day earnings for FOSL and DNUT. That could be a catalyst. And go look at this thing, go look at FOSL, go look at the chart. It's just unbelievable how it popped up. But 2 more stocks for you guys. I know this is kind of a long video. I appreciate you guys engaging with me. Like and comment, subscribe if you like talking about stocks, especially the ones that are undervalued and people have forgotten about. All right, 2 more that I don't think people have necessarily forgot about. It's just, I think they're bargains right now, and that is HIMS, ticker symbol HIMS, and Reddit. We've talked about Reddit. We talked about HIMS before as well, but they're bargains here. Reddit, RDDT is that ticker for that. HIMS, these are expensive stocks, all right, both of them. HIMS is 50 bucks basically, and Reddit is almost $200. That one's a little bit more expensive, right? But they're both down right now in my eyes. HIMS is down 7% this week, but it's up still 132% over the past year. I think that the healthcare sector, we all know, in America, the healthcare, we don't have the best, most amazing, you know, it's not free, right? It costs a lot. It's very expensive in America. And I don't think that that's going to get fixed anytime soon. So a lot of these third-party companies like HIMS, especially HIMS is one of the biggest ones out there. They're going to be around. I don't think they're going anywhere. All right. And you know, I think things are going to get better for HIMS as well as a company. Reddit, they've had some bad news lately, but it's really not that bad. I've talked about it before. I think Reddit is going higher. I think this is a bump in the road. Under $200 here. Reddit is a value name that you can buy and just sit on. And it's down 31% over the past month, but it's up as well. It's doing well, 150% the past year. Now, earnings for HIMS is 11.3, and earnings for Reddit is end of this month. All right, so watch out for that. End of this month, Reddit has earnings. I think this thing is going to be coming back up, all right? I think it's about as cheap as it's gonna get, but it could go down to like 190, 180 if it hasn't already. Very expensive stock. We traded this one last week, and I will be trading Reddit again if it drops. All right, you guys, I've got 2 more stocks for y'all. I just filled it all up. I tried to hit you guys with a lot of names that I think are undervalued for this week. I've also haven't been making as many videos, so I figured I would put some more in here for you guys. 2 more names. These are the IPOs that I was telling y'all about. Very excited to see what happens with these. I think they are going up. This is a treat for you guys if you watched the whole video, and thank you for hanging out that long. Watch out for these 2 IPOs, you guys. SEV, this is Aptera Motors. Don't know a lot about this company, but like I said, it's an IPO and it's an American company. All right, this isn't some Chinese automobile company that you're never gonna see or hear of again. I think the SEV, being an American company, I'm actually gonna do some more research in it, but it's in Carlsbad, California. Down bad. I mean, beaten up from the floor up. $5, it's under $6, so this one could get cheaper for sure. It could get cheaper, but oh my Lanta, y'all, it's down 85, almost 90% since the IPO on the 16th. October 16th was the IPO, and it's down 85%. I think that this thing is going to be bouncing back. All right, SEV, watch out for that one. IPO was $40, all right, and it's a $6 stock. It's less than $6 right now. So from $40 to $6, SEV, put it on your list. Watch out for it. All right, if this thing starts to move back up, you could get in and just ride it back up. Who knows where? And then the last one, the very last one, I've talked about this one before. I'm gonna be buying this one, you guys. If it drops back under $17, That's STUB, STUB. Talked about it before. Love this name. You can almost buy it and hold on to it. This is almost a long-term play here. $17.25 on Friday. If it dips below $17, I'm buying STUB. Down 27% since the IPO. Not as bad, not as drastic, but I feel like this is obviously a better name. Feel more comfortable getting in there. September 17th was the IPO, so you know, 30% since then. Basically $24 was the IPO price on this one, so not as big of a drop. Few dollars there. Could be coming back down to that $17 level again. It was already there. I wish I had grabbed some more shares and was able to hold on to it, but we traded it. It was a good trade for me, and it could be another trade for us this week. Could be a trade for you guys. I hope y'all make some money out there this week. Hope y'all go green, stay green, be smart, and we will see y'all in the next video. Later.